How do you write a great villain? I'm going to explain to you guys why I believe that Thanos kicking the shit out of Hulk at the beginning of the Infinity War movie is actually a really well written scene. As much as power scalers or just fans in general may hate this, this is like writing an intimidating villain 101. You take a character that the audience believes to be the strongest character that you have, and you have them get the shit kicked out of them by your new strongest character, by the imposing big bad villain. This is especially true when you have a character like Thanos who is supposed to be a believable threat to a whole team of extremely powerful characters. As much as comic fans hate this, it's the same reason we see Knull rip Sentry into pieces at the beginning of the King in Black event. He is the new, established, most powerful being, one so strong that it could actually believably make a whole Earth full of heroes quake in their boots. Obviously, this isn't the only way to write villains. That's just if you're wanting to write an incredibly intimidating one. I have 3 villains in my own comic book so far, so I'll use them as example. This is the Assimilator. He was the villain of issue 1. Now, issue 1, I wanted all of the focus to be on All-Star. I didn't want anybody to have any sympathy for the Assimilator, so he gets none of the backstory. Even though I know it, I don't write it for the audience to see. It makes the Assimilator, to the reader, less of a character and more of a just strong physical obstacle for All-Star to have to get by. It also helps when you have a really strong character to try and give the villain something that, like, gives them an edge up on your character so that he has a genuine struggle. Now, the villain of my upcoming issue 2 is a lot more sympathetic. You know, I give him a tragic backstory. That's something, if you want your audience to connect with the villain, it's a great step to take. Still stick with the belief that a villain should be a physical manifestation of a hero's problems. The Assimilator, I explained in a video yesterday about how he represented that in issue 1 of All-Star. And Mirage, the villain of the week in my issue 2, uses like image-inducing technology. It's all about deception and really kind of hammers home the theme of All-Star not knowing what to trust or not knowing what's real. Finally, this is my overarching series villain, the Spartan, and I think this is the most golden nugget of advice that I could possibly give about writing a good, memorable villain. But I think it's important to not only give them a sympathetic backstory like I did Mirage, but the Spartan, where he is the main villain, is going on like the antithesis of All-Star's arc. Right, so you take the theme of whatever your like overarching series is, and then like while your hero is going to have a character arc that revolves around that theme, you want to take your villain and like give him a character arc that moves in the opposite direction, also in relation to that theme. A great and classic way of doing this is like to have 2 characters that experience a similar tragedy at the same moment, and while one of them decides to become more altruistic and heroic because of it, the other one becomes more jaded and sadistic.